Hey guys, I got another build for you. After some time of really being able to sink my teeth into Terra escalations and realizing how freaking hard it is to get a Ruptured Stalk, I decided to make a build to guarantee part breaks. Anyways, here's the build. Starting off, we're using the legendary Torg chainblades with it bonded to the Hellion chainblades. This will provide us plenty of damage to rip through the behemoths. And of course, using the Reaper's Dance special with the Serrated Blades mod. Here's the gear required for the build. I have Skullforge on. This is purely for mounting purposes though. It allows me to stay mounted 100% of the time without ever having to worry about stamina. But if you don't care about that, you can definitely put on whatever helmet you want. This is mainly just for when we're fighting Aragus. We're using the Drast Lantern here because it's the only lantern that really works when you're mounted on the behemoth. But once again, you can put whatever lantern you want here. And for consumables, I have the crit potion equipped for when I'm feeling spicy, but it really shouldn't need anything. And moving on to the cells, we have +6 Blade Storm. This will bring up our base part damage. And because we are attacking so fast, we're just going to rip through parts. I have +6 Conduit here, but you can really put whatever you want in here, whether it be Zeal, Aetheric Attunement, Catalyst, whatever you're feeling. This cell doesn't matter too much to the build. We're rocking +6 Cunning. This will increase our crit chance as well as our crit damage. I'll go into why this is important later. We have +6 Sharpened. This really turns our part damage up to 11 when paired with Blade Storm. We have +3 Discipline here, which isn't really even doing anything other than giving us some more crit chance. We don't have any other low life cells to activate with it. This could actually be easily turned into like an overpower or something, but I feel very safe playing at half HP, and the extra crit chance definitely does help, so I stuck with it. +3 Overpower comes with our weapons, but it will increase our damage when the behemoth is down slightly. And finally, +3 Sturdy. This once again can really be whatever you want it. Because our Skullforge has a defensive slot, I just threw in whatever cell I wanted, and +3 Sturdy seems the best to me. But you could rock +3 Toughness or +3 Acidic, whatever you really want. So let's go into a little bit of why crit chance is really strong in Terra escalations. I want to quickly call out a couple talents that are really useful for this build. Trigus Tonic is very useful. It allows us not to have to take Iceborne, as it gives us that little bit of lifesteal to sustain through the fights. If you don't have this, I'd probably throw in Acidic. Otherwise, you're going to be chugging pots like crazy. Lucky Strikes increases our crit chance by another 9%. So let's go into a little bit of the math of crit strikes in Terra escalations. So we have 9% chance from talents, we have another 10% from cunning, and then we have a 7.5% chance from discipline. This gives us a 26.5% chance to crit, not including any amps that we may get. Now there's 2 amps that we're really looking for that pump this number way up. Shock Form and Full Throttle. Both will give us 30% chance to crit, which means if we have one, that gives us a 56.5% chance to crit. And if we have both, it gives us an 86.5% chance to crit. You couple this with the fact that I'm bringing Critical Thunder talent, this gives us the chance to get Impact, which causes every single one of our critical strikes to apply a dot on every single behemoth for 75% of the crit's damage. This puts our damage into overdrive. So let's take a look at this build in action. I pulled one of my escalation runs off of Twitch. Links in the description, by the way. So just as a spoiler alert, I'm going to be getting Impact, Shock Form, and Full Throttle this run. You'll be able to see just how quickly we take care of these behemoths. So as I go through this hunt, you'll be able to see the power of Impact with such a high crit build, as well as just the power for this build to rip off parts. I mean, like, this Terra Embermane just doesn't even stand a chance. As soon as we rip off a single piece, it just goes down so quickly because we're able to finally lock it down and just keep it down. Also, every time we break a piece, we're going to gain benefit from that overpower that we have in the build. And so it just kind of really builds on itself. This build I actually ended up using for the majority of my Terra escalations farm. It was just so strong and so great at getting part breaks, which also helps us farm up our lantern power. This ended up truly being the best build I had for Terra escalations. It was so much fun just critting and watching Impact do its work. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoy the run and good luck out there. Oh, hey, you guys thought you were done with me? Psych. I'm just popping in here to explain this fight a little bit for you guys. The arm that we want to focus on is his left arm, or our right. This little arm that looks like it's made out of vines. This is the arm that will drop the Ruptured Stalk. So I start out the fight by opening up on it, and then I'm going to immediately try to mount on him. These are the brown mushrooms that you want to destroy to unearth the vents. This will pop us on his back to mount him, because we want to be able to get these 3 mushrooms on his back. These are more part breaks that people may be struggling with. Once I'm done with the mushrooms up on his back, I'm going back to focusing his vine arm, and I just want to focus it down until we get a part break. There's the part break that we're talking about. There's currently a bug with a Ruptured Stalk drop. So if you're not getting it and you're doing this exactly right, don't fret, just keep at it, and they'll be fixing the bug shortly.